Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Like always, thank you so much for your support. Thank you to all the new subscribers and thank you to everyone that is hitting the like button on these videos as you're helping me grow the channel, so thank you so much. Today is day 2 of the league. Yesterday I ended up getting to Blood Aqueducts. Today I did a little bit more. I ended up finishing the story mode, getting all my ascendancies done, except the Uber ones. I still have to do some maps for that. But overall, this character is an absolute blast, and if you saw the top 5 starter builds that I was planning, you know that we ended up doing a Bleed Bow Gladiator. And like I said, this character is just so much fun right now. The leveling was a little bit hectic in the beginning. I was a little bit hard-headed and decided to just stick it through and play Split Arrow, where realistically it's so much easier if you do Rain of Arrows for the leveling process. So if you are planning on making this character, I would highly recommend doing Rain of Arrows, at least for the leveling. And when you get to around Aqueducts, you could try switching over to Split Arrows, because here it definitely feels a lot smoother than Rain of Arrows. But overall, the leveling process was not bad whatsoever. Out of all the bow characters I've leveled in my like 5 or 6 years of playing Path of Exile, this was actually amongst the smoothest for a league starter. Now, these are the stats as you can see up here, and our defenses are not terrible right now. We still need to cap our cold resist and our chaos resist, so we're working on that. But again, this is literally day 2 of the league, so our gear is pretty budget right now. We do have 2 pieces of gear that we did get pretty lucky on. So we did buy this bow, the Lion's Eye Glare, for 2 chaos, and got really lucky within the first 2 fusings. I was able to 5-link it, so I decided to just keep that for now. And then we also bought a Lion's Eye Vision for 3 chaos, I believe it was. So this is a pseudo 5-link at the moment. So we have our Split Arrow, our Deadly Ailments, Chance to Bleed, and Vicious Projectiles, and it's supported by a level 15 Pierce from the chest itself. And then our single target is our Puncture with Vicious Projectiles, Chance to Bleed, Deadly Ailments, and Maim support. Everything else is pretty budget. I mean, as budget as you can probably imagine. So we have just a helmet with some random resist on it, quiver from level 28 from our leveling process. Our amulet is something that we ended up finding in one of the rituals and decided to just stick with it for now, so pretty decent but nothing great there. We have some budget rings, another budget ring. Our gloves are also really bad right now, pretty low life on them, so definitely need to replace that soon. And we did get lucky with these boots. I think I found these boots at like level 30 around there, and we've been using them ever since because it has 25 movement speed and decent life for leveling boots. And then we have a pretty budget belt with nothing on it basically. It's just some life. And as you can see, we're struggling here. We haven't even found a flask yet, so we're gonna try to gear this character up a little bit more. But even in this gear, this absolutely terrible gear, which we just used to finish the story mode, let me show you what this character can do. We're going to run a couple Blood Aqueducts just to give you a little bit better perspective on how fun this character really is and how quickly it moves. Really quickly, I did want to show you the passive tree and how I leveled. So we came right out of the gates into Art of the Gladiator and then Bravery. Decided to come down here for Deadly Draw and Heavy Draw, then Cloth and Chain, got some life out of Golem's Blood, and then came down here for Iron Reflexes. Moved our way over towards this side of the tree for Bloodletting. As you can see, I still have these 2 nodes here since our gear is really budget right now. So eventually I will respec out of these. Grabbed this node over here as well just for a little bit of mana sustain since we aren't using a mana flask. And then we made our way over here into Soul of Steel, grabbing Bloodless next, and then all the way up here to Redstorm for a little bit more damage, and Juggernaut for a little bit more survivability. Same thing, came up here, grabbed Barbarism, and then made our way up here for Resolute Technique. Then we crossed over into Unwavering Stance, so we can't be stunned anymore. And now I'm making my way up here to get the full Scion life wheel. Outside of that, still pretty early on into it. There's a couple things that we can do with this tree. Later on, we can come down here and get a medium thread of hope for Disciple of the Unyielding and Disciple of the Slaughter. So this will give us frenzy charges and endurance charges, which will make us a lot tankier as well. Later on, we can also get a cluster node here for some added damage. The entire tree is going to be linked down below in the description, so if you want to see the full tree and the full build itself, I'm going to link it down below. And outside of that, let me show you what the build can do. As you can see, the movement speed is really good in this build, especially if you're using... Oh, this is going to be fun. Especially if you're using Smoke Bomb. Just gotta make sure that we play it a little bit safer. Oh, that was scary.
Can't do this just yet.
Pops that you get out of the Ascendancy are so smooth, and it just makes the clearing so much fun. I think that's my favorite part about this character thus far. Eventually, you can actually just change it up and go into a champion if you get an explodey chest. So you have a little bit more survivability because you have a permanent fortify. But for now, Glad is just really solid.
can't do this just yet. I believe in traveling light.
Anyways, guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Like I said, I'm having an absolute blast playing this character. If you want to try it out, I highly recommend it, and I'll have a full description down below so you can check out the guide for this character. You will have to download the POB community for the paste bin to work, so I'll leave a link down below for that as well. But like always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to subscribe so you can follow along with this series. I will be making more development videos for this specific character in respect to the gearing, and then we'll do some videos around maps as well, and eventually end game mapping. So hope to see you back soon. Peace out, guys. Have a wonderful night.